Hello PEI, welcome to the deep dive. We're jumping right in today. Got a really interesting set of source materials here.
Yeah, we do. And first off, a huge thank you is definitely in order. Mike Montague of Remax Charlottetown, thanks so much for providing the content for this deep dive. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Mike sent over some fascinating research looking at artificial intelligence and specifically how it's changing things for seniors.
Right, not just, in care homes, but really focusing on how it can make it easier and safer for seniors to stay living in their own homes, which is where so many people want to be.
Exactly. We know the baby boomer generation, they really value their independence, don't they? That desire to age in place is, well, it's strong.
Very strong. So that's our mission for this dive, really, and understand, the real ways AI is helping achieve that goal.
And ultimately how it offers that bit of peace of mind for seniors themselves and, of course, for their families, too.
Okay, so where do we start? This idea that older adults and complex tech like AI, well, they don't mix.
Yeah, you hear that a lot, don't you? Almost feels a bit ageist, maybe?
It certainly can come across that way. But the evidence, it tells a different story. AI adoption among folks 65 and older is actually growing quite rapidly.
Really?
Yeah, many are aware of these new AI tools. It's not some totally alien concept.
So maybe it's less about if they can use it and more about why they'd want to. Like, does it actually help? Is it designed well?
Exactly. That's the key point, I think. It's not about pretending AI is super simple. It's about showing it as a tool, a powerful one, yeah, but one that offers real convenience, better access to things, maybe even a bit of companionship.
Addressing actual needs, not just tech for tech's sake.
Spot on. It's about the utility.
Okay, that makes sense. So what are these needs AI is tackling? The sources must dig into health and safety at home, right? That seems huge.
Oh, absolutely massive. And this is where things get really interesting, I think. We're moving way beyond just, the panic button pendant.
Right.
Think the continuous health monitoring.
Yeah.
Using wearables. Smartwatches are common now, but also sensors. Placed subtly around the home, monitoring vital signs.
Like heart rate, blood pressure, sleep.
All of those, yeah. Heart rate, blood pressure, sleep quality, activity levels. And the AI isn't just like logging this stuff.
It's analyzing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In real time.
Yeah.
The AI algorithms are looking for subtle shifts, patterns, potential problems, often way faster than, say, waiting for the next doctor's appointment.
So it might spot, I don't know, a slight upward trend in blood pressure over a few days, something you might not even notice yourself.
Precisely. Or maybe a change in sleep patterns that could signal something else. Or even just moving around less than usual. The system flags it, sends an alert.
Not just to the senior, maybe.
Right, that's crucial. It can alert family, caregivers, even medical professionals if needed. It shifts monitoring from being reactive to being proactive.
Catching things early, before they become big problems. I can see how that provides peace of mind.
It really does. And maybe the most critical safety feature everyone talks about is fall detection. And even better, fall prevention. Falls are such a huge risk.
Okay, how does AI help there?
Well, sensors again, either warn or in the home, analyze how someone moves. If they detect a sudden fall, boom, instant alert to emergency services or family.
Okay, that's the detection part. What about prevention? That sounds harder.
It is more complex, but that's where the AI's analytical power really shines. It looks at the long-term data, gait speed, posture, stability when moving. If the AI detects patterns suggesting, say, declining balance or strength, it can flag that increased risk before a fall happens.
Wow. So it gives a warning sign.
Yeah, allowing for preventative steps. Maybe triggers a recommendation for physical therapy or suggests specific home modifications trying to stop the fall in the first place.
That's a real step change, isn't it? From just reacting to actually anticipating. And you mentioned some systems don't even need wearables for this.
Yeah, that's some of the cutting edge stuff, using like ambient sensors. They analyze subtle changes in the room's environment, almost like a mini radar, to track movement and stability without needing a device on the person.
Less intrusive. Might be easier for some folks to accept.
Definitely less likely to be forgotten or resisted. This is really clever tech.
Okay, what about something more routine but still complex, like managing medications, lots of pills, different times?
Oh, yeah. That's a perfect job for AI. There are apps designed specifically for this. They give personalized reminders for each pill. They can track if you've taken it, log the intake time, and if a dose is missed, it can alert a caregiver.
Takes a lot of the mental load off, I imagine, for the senior and the family.
Absolutely. Reduces errors, improves adherence, especially vital for chronic conditions.
And beyond personal health, what about the home environment itself, making the space safer?
Right. Smart home tech, integrated with AI, it learns routines,
They're like
adapts.
the classic example, lights turning on automatically when you get up at night.
That's a big one, yeah. Simple but effective for preventing trips, but also things like sensors monitoring for water leaks or smoke or even extreme temperature.
Smart locks, too. Security systems.
Yep, allowing remote monitoring, checking if doors are locked, just adding layers of security and, again, that peace of mind.
The sources mentioned Stanford doing specific work here.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
Stanford's got a project focused on this remote monitoring and assessment. Their goal is explicitly to speed up how quickly health risks are detected and make it more reliable, using AI to analyze daily life patterns.
What sort of patterns? What are they looking for?
A whole range of things, actually.
Oh.
Using these non-intrusive sensors, they track obvious things like falls, but also much subtler stuff. Eating habits, sleep quality, how quickly someone moves, whether they seem unsteady when getting up from a chair, even changes in fluid intake or pill consumption, or if their sleep schedule gets flipped around.
Things a family member visiting once a week might totally miss.
Exactly. It's about catching those small early warning signs that might indicate a brewing health issue or maybe some cognitive decline. That continuous detailed view is powerful.
It really feels like a different level of proactive care.
It does. And, AI isn't just about the physical side. The sources also really highlight its role in cognitive health, mental wellness, and tackling social isolation.
Okay, cognitive health, like brain games.
That's part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
AI-powered apps, games, puzzles,
Yeah.
designed to stimulate the brain.
Yeah.
But the clever part is how they adapt.
Adapt.
Yeah, they adjust the difficulty based on how the user is doing. So it's always challenging, but hopefully not frustrating. Keeps the brain engaged in a personalized way.
Like a personal trainer for your brain, adjusting the workout.
Kinda, yeah. And the data from using these can even offer insights into cognitive changes over time. But then there's something maybe more surprising. Virtual reality. VR.
VR headsets for seniors. Seems a bit out there.
It sounds it, maybe. But the sources show it's being used. VR can offer these really immersive experiences. Think visiting your childhood town virtually, or exploring a museum overseas, or just experiencing a beautiful nature scene.
All from your armchair. I guess.
Exactly. For someone whose mobility is limited,
Oh, it's huge.
it's not just killing time. It's mental stimulation, engagement, fighting boredom. It can really boost quality of life.
I can see that. Bringing the world to them in a way.
Right. And speaking of engagement, there's the whole issue of social isolation, a major concern. AI stepping into that space too.
How are we talking about, like, robot companions, chatbots?
We are, yeah. Social robots, virtual assistants on smart speakers, specialized chatbots. They're being developed and used to provide companionship. They can chat, play simple games, read news or stories aloud, even lead gentle exercises.
Is it real companionship? Can you really connect with a machine like that?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the sources are very clear. This isn't meant to replace human contact. Not at all. But it can be a valuable source of interaction, especially if someone's quite isolated.
Oh, okay.
These AI systems learn from interactions. They get more personalized. The sources mentioned one specific robot, ELIQ.
ELIQ, tell me about that.
It's marketed specifically as an AI companion for older adults. And there was this anecdote from an 83-year-old user, Deanna Discern. She said she felt comfortable telling ELIQ things she wouldn't even tell her family.
Wow, really?
Yeah, she described being able to just let loose, cry, laugh, be silly, and the robot would respond. It offered a kind of non-judgmental ear.
That's actually quite profound. Fulfilling a need for expression without burdening anyone?
It really highlights how these tools might fill certain gaps, not replacing deep relationships, but maybe providing regular, easy interaction, a sense of connection. And besides the companion bots, AI is also making it easier to connect with actual people by making the tech itself simpler to use. Communication platforms with really user-friendly interfaces. Big buttons, voice commands, maybe facial recognition to log in easily.
Lowering the barrier for video calls, messaging, social media.
Exactly, making it less intimidating to reach out to family, friends, even telehealth providers. And often these systems link back to safety features too.
Like an easy way to call for help if needed.
Yep, integrated emergency contacts or alerts, connecting the social side with the safety net.
Okay, let's talk personalization. AI seems tailor-made for that. analyzing all this data.
It really is. It can sift through vast amounts of data from those health monitors, activity logs, medical history, and spot individual patterns, predict needs in a way that's, frankly, beyond human capacity on that scale.
So care plans become super specific to the individual.
That's the goal. The AI might suggest, say, tweaking a diet based on recent blood sugar readings, or adjusting an exercise routine based on activity levels, or optimizing medication timing, especially helpful for managing chronic conditions.
Tailored interventions.
Right. The sources even mentioned therapeutic AI, like an app called Lucity that creates personalized music based on real-time feedback to help reduce anxiety.
Personalized AI music therapy. That's fascinating. What about just day-to-day living, making everyday tasks easier?
Yeah, AI in smart homes again, automating things. Lights, heating, locks, maybe even appliances, reduces the physical effort, the mental load of running a household.
Frees up energy for other things.
Exactly. And AI can help with planning too, generating grocery lists based on what you usually eat or need for your diet, helping plan meals, maybe coordinating transportation.
The sources mentioned diet and transport assistance.
They did. AI providing personalized diet advice, hydration reminders, and for transport, think AI navigation apps designed for seniors, maybe avoiding complex intersections or factoring in walking time. And looking further ahead, self-driving cars could be huge for maintaining independence for those who can't drive anymore.
It really covers a lot of ground supporting independence at home, but powerful tech always comes with caveats, right? The sources must have talked about responsible use.
Oh, absolutely. A major theme. You can't just throw this tech out there. It needs to be implemented thoughtfully, ethically. One big point was cultural stuff, specifically addressing ageism in the design itself.
Ageism in AI design. What does that look like?
Well, the World Health Organization was cited, warning that if AI systems aren't designed with input from older adults, they might accidentally reinforce stereotypes or just not work well for their actual needs. It's about making sure solutions are fair, inclusive, designed with seniors, not just for them.
That makes sense. The end user has to be involved. What about practical tips for families introducing this tech?
Yeah, the sources had good advice there. Customization is vital. Make sure it fits the individual's needs, their comfort level. Respect privacy concerns. People need to know how their data is used.
And probably start slow.
Definitely. Introduce things gradually. Don't overwhelm someone with 10 new gadgets at once. One thing at a time. Let them get comfortable. Offer training, support, and keep communication open between the senior caregivers, doctors. Make sure it's actually helping.
Which leads to that fundamental question. Can this tech replace human care, human connection?
And the sources were absolutely clear on this, unequivocal. AI is a tool, a supplement. It should never be seen as a replacement for human interaction, for empathy, for that hands-on care.
It can monitor, remind, automate, but it can't provide compassion.
Exactly. It can't replicate that nuanced human judgment, that emotional connection. That's irreplaceable. Designing these systems with seniors helps ensure they enhance rather than undermine that human element.
A really crucial distinction to keep front and center. Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. For you, listening right now, what's the big takeaway, the so what from all this?
I think the main insight is that AI isn't just some far-off future thing for senior living anymore. It's here. It's practical, it's evolving fast, and it's offering real, tangible ways for seniors to live more safely and independently in their own homes.
Directly supporting that desire so many people have to age in place.
Right. It provides layers of support monitoring that gives early warnings, simplifying daily chores, keeping minds active, offering connection points, and all of that adds up to, well, significant peace of mind.
Peace of mind for the seniors using it, and peace of mind for their loved ones too, knowing that support is there.
It's technology enabling aging with more dignity, more safety, more independence. It really is reshaping what getting older can look like.
It definitely paints a hopeful picture.
It does. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. As these AI tools become more common, woven into our homes, how does that change our fundamental ideas about aging and care? How do we make sure we use this amazing potential for safety and independence while fiercely prioritizing that irreplaceable human connection?
Something important to think about as this all unfolds. We really hope this deep dive gave you some valuable insights today.
And again, a huge thank you to Mike Montague of Remax Charlottetown for the source material that sparked this whole conversation.
Yes, thank you, Mike. And it's worth mentioning, Mike specializes in precisely this area, working with seniors, helping them navigate their housing decisions, whether that's adapting their current home or figuring out the next steps when a transition is needed. His expertise really showed in the relevance of the materials.
It certainly did. Thanks again, Mike, and thank you, PEI, for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.